Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Hey guys, I want to take you through the setup of the stiff-legged exercise that we all see Mr. Regan Grimes do. It went viral all over Instagram and social media. What we need is the bar to be roughly around where the rectus femoris muscle is. So if I walk over to this bar here on the Smith machine, I want the bar to be roughly where my rectus femoris is. So when I lean over and hip hinge, I'm going to be able to keep my spine and vertebrae in a straight line. But what we need to do before we initiate the exercise, if you did it with no pad, you're going to find that that bar is going to dig right into your quad muscles, right? Which is a little bit uncomfortable. So what you're going to need is using some type of hip thrust pad that a lot of the people that use the barbell in a hip thrust position, you would use the pad. So what you're going to do here is just apply the pad in the center, like so. Now what I like to do is have this facing up, and that way it's not going to move, ideally, when I grab my load and I go into the exercise. So as I walk over to it, it just feels so much more comfortable when I rest it on my quads. You'll notice too that it may dig into your bollocks, if that makes sense, your balls, right? To put it bluntly. So if that's the case, then you might want to bring the bar down just a tad more. So that may mean if your nuts get in the way, you could use the safeties, which may allow you to get a little bit. You can use the safeties, which may allow you to get a little bit lower, so that way your nuts don't get in the way. All right. So that's basically the setup. You want the bar to be around the rec fem area of the quad, and if that's too high, use the safeties to go a little bit lower, because if you notice here on this particular Smith machine, if I go to the next notch down or the next level down and I go into the exercise, it's just way too low. So that's why I recommend that you use the safety if your Smith machine has that. Failing that, what you could do to get the position right, you could maybe use a plate. You could stand on a 25-pound plate, or you can stand on a 45-pound plate. But this exercise, the key to this one, when you video yourself from a side-on angle, you don't want your lower back to move. And this is the thing I'm seeing with a lot of people when they perform this movement, is as they descend down eccentrically, they go so low that their lower back starts to move. So the goal here is not to allow the lumbar spine to move. And you'll notice it in the video when I show you, is I'll explain this in more detail. So it's a fine line be going too low and then going too high. So you've got to get the angle right in that bottom position. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay guys, here we go. This is the modified stiff leg variation on the Smith machine, creating external stabilization, right? Allowing you to stabilize better, which is a good idea. Notice as I go down eccentrically, do you see how far away the dumbbells come away from the thighs and from the shins? I think that's a really good idea, because this allows you to get further isolation towards the hamstring department as you bring those dumbbells away from the shins. Your feet are about hip width. You're keeping your spine flat from start to finish. Cervical, thoracic, lumbar spine is completely straight. Your head, actually, this is a massive cue. Think about driving your head forwards, elongate your head as you come down eccentrically, and more importantly, allow your glutes to go behind you. Push your glutes away from the midline of the body. Think about also not going down too far. I think one thing I do see is too many people going down too far. Here's another cue I just thought about. When you go down eccentrically, think about internally rotating your femur. If you can internally rotate your femurs, again, that's going to put even more tension and good stress on the hamstring muscle. Oh, and last point, you don't need a ton of load for this exercise. Have a good day. With this awesome hamstring exercise is I want you to think, close your eyes for a moment, and what I want you to think as you close your eyes, that you are on the top of the Empire State Building, and you close your eyes and you are about to do this exercise, but you don't have a Smith machine bar placed across your quads. Just think of that for a moment as you looking over the right, and you're going to do this exercise. So that's what you're thinking about. You're going to keep your legs completely stiff, you're going to keep your legs completely tight, and you're going to brace your trunk, and you're just going to lean over or look over the building and then hold that weight in front of you. That's what you're envisioning. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. I don't know if you'll use it or not. It might be a load of rubbish. Point is, give it a go. It's worth a try, and do it at the end of your hamstring work, because when you do it at the end, you're just allowing for the muscle to get lengthened, which, as I mentioned earlier, muscle being lengthened while it's contracting, right? The sarcomere, smallest unit of muscle contraction, those are binding together, they're muscle contracting, which means muscle being lengthened while it's contracting. If you got any value from this video today, I hope you have. Like I said, do the exercise at the end of your hamstring workout, and that will help facilitate, because you're using lighter loads anyway, so you're not really using heavier weight. You're using lighter loads, and you're looking over the building, and you're keeping your legs completely stiff and tight. There's a lot of people, when they do this exercise, what you'll find is they'll start bending the knees. So you basically want to resist that urge of any bend in the knee. Keep your knee and your leg completely straight. The acetabulum is in line with the knee joint, and it's in line with the ankle all the way through, completely stiff. Takes practice. I would even suggest, if you can't even do it with load, that's okay. Just practice with body weight. And that's the thing, right? If you ever have the idea to ever compete again, what you're thinking about is these muscles to engage your hamstrings while you're going into a double bicep or a lat spread. You're going to get one leg behind you, and you're going to contract your hamstring, you're going to contract your calf and your glutes, and you're going to basically hit the shot, right? So being able to flex and contract your hamstring in that pose is very, very important. So you've got to be able to do that. So you've got to be able to do it at will, not just with resistance. Can you do it on your own? And that's great mind-muscle connection, I believe anyway. Anyway, if you got any value from this video, please like, subscribe, share with a friend if they're into this kind of stuff, building muscle, I don't know. Or if they're maybe a little bit more mature, they want to maybe look at a different way or a different idea and some concepts, because it's not just one thing. Share it with them, I appreciate it, Governor. Anyway, that's it for me, Coach Troy Brown, signing off. ApexPhysiques.ca, your go-to resource for physique development. Send us a message. Take care.